So, into the previous video we have studied up to the Subhash Chandra Bose. We have completed all that. Right now, chapter number 11 is proceeding, and that is the national movement of history. Okay, this is a particular chapter. So, after Subhash Chandra Bose we have completed. Right now, we are going to start from the particular topic, that is the third table conference. How it has been held. Then the two-nation theory, it has been given by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and the Cripps mission. We are going to start from these three topics and we will complete this topic. Then after that we will start a new topic, that is the Quit India movement in 1942. Let's start the topic, that is the three round table conference. What do you mean by three round table conference? We have studied about the first round table conference into the previous video, and the second round table conference we also have started. Right now we are going to start with the third round table conference. That is, the session was held in 1932 but was very short and led to the passing of Government of India Act in 1935, in which what was the demand by the Congress from the Government of India, that is, the provinces were given more autonomy, means the states must be given more authority or more autonomy to them. Next, the power of legislative assembly were increased. Legislative assembly power must be increased, and the governor was made to head to the provincial executive and given more power. The power to the governor must be given, more power must be given to them, and for the head of the provincial executives. All the nationalists were disappointed. They decided to contest the election which were held in 1937. The nationalists from the India, they were totally disappointed just because they won the election once again, which were held into 1937. Congress formed the ministries of 7 out of the 11 provinces. It formed coalition ministries in 2 states. The Muslim League won a few seats of the Muslim electorate, and the Muslim League formed a coalition ministry in 1 state. Okay. So again the election has been started in 1937. After 1937, Congress formed the ministries of 7 out of 11 provinces. Out of 11 provinces, so 7 ministries were formed by the Congress, and Muslim League won a few seats into the Muslim electorate. Into the Muslim electorate areas, Muslim League used to win into that, and the Muslim League formed a coalition ministry in 1 state. Congress ministers initiated some reforms, but in 1939 the Second World War broke out. Okay, the things are going to be managed by the Congress, but the Second World War broke out, and it also affected the particular things which was happened into the country. The nationalists were ready to support the government, but in return demanded independence after the war. After the war, okay, nationalists were ready to the support to the British government, but after that they started demanding about the independence of the India, which was refused by the British government. The Congress ministers resigned en masse in protest. In that protest, Congress ministers, they resigned and started the protest against the Britishers once again. As the Muslim League had not been able to make the impact on the election in 1937, they hailed the resignation of the Congress ministers and celebrate the day as a day of deliverance, the Thanksgiving, and announced it to a relief from Hindu domination. The ministers of the Muslim League has not made the impact on the election in 1937, but right now what they have done, they hailed the resignation of the Congress ministers and celebrated day because they have won. into some ministries. So they started celebrating the day, that is day of deliverance or Thanksgiving, and announced a relief from the Hindu domination which they were doing at that particular time. They were suppressing the Hindus. They have said that we will reduce the Hindu domination after winning that particular position. Next, two-nation theory, which has been propounded by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In January 1940, Muhammad Ali Jinnah propounded his two-nation theory. He believed that it was not possible for the people of the two communities to live in harmony, to live harmoniously in one nation or in one country. So, the following is an extract of this statement which has been made by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, which has been given by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, is that the Hindu and the Muslims belongs to the two different religious philosophies and social customs. Obviously, Hindus have the different social customs, Muslims have the different social customs, and they have the different religious philosophies also. So indeed, they belong to two different civilizations which are based mainly on conflicting ideas and conceptions. It is quite clear that Hindus and Muslims derive their inspiration from different sources of history. He had just said that obviously Hindu and Muslim have the different sources of history. Their thinking is different, their religious tradition is different, their customs is different. So they can't live harmoniously into a particular country, according to Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Next, they have different epics, different heroes and different episodes. Very often the hero of one is a foe and the other is often the one is a foe and other, and likewise their victories is defeat overlaps. Very often the hero of one is a foe and the other foe of the other, and likewise their victories and defeats overlap. Obviously, such as we have Maharana Pratap as a hero into the Hindu communities. Maharana Pratap is counted as a hero, and into the Muslim community, Akbar is counted as a hero. So he had just said that into one community, one is counted as a hero, and in the same another community, that particular villain is counted as a hero. So the similarities of the thinking is totally different. Next, two, obviously the thinking and the victories and the defeats will overlap with each other. To yoke together to such nations under a single state, one as a numerical minority and the other as a majority. Obviously, he is saying that if we not divide a particular nation into the two states, then what will happen? One community will lead as a majority and one community will be the minority, will be counted into the minority. So, it must lay the growing discontent and final destruction of any fabric that may be so built for the government of such a state. So, he was saying that we should divide our country, our India, into two parts, that is Pakistan and India. In India, Hindu community will survive, Hindu community will live, and in Pakistan, Muslim community used to be survive over there. But in March 1940, he had propounded his two-nation theory among the Congress, but Congress rejected this theory. They doesn't want that the nation must be divided into the two countries. Next, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad was a nationalist leader. He was also a member of Constituent Assembly. He authorized a book called India Wins Freedom. He was against the two-nation theory of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Into his book, he had already mentioned that this type of theory of division of a particular country into the two parts, it was a failure. It will be counted as a failure because this will not encourage the development of a particular country. Next, the Cripps mission. To secure the cooperation of Indian with their war efforts, Cripps mission was sent to India which suggested full dominion status to India after the war. The national leadership demanded immediate self-government in return for war support. Gandhiji said the Cripps offer of dominion status after the war is like a post-dated check drawn on a crashing bank. This proposal is also rejected by the nationalists. Okay, the Cripps mission have came into the India. Britishers have sent the Cripps mission that after the World War we will give immediate self-governance return to India. But Gandhiji had said that the Cripps offer is just like you are giving a bounce check into the crashing bank to draw the money. So this proposal is also being rejected by the nationalists. So up to this we have completed. Into the next video we will start the Quit India movement and the cabinet mission and formation of the interim government. Prepare yourself for the examination also and get ready for the next chapter. Thank you so much.